what is the overall goal in life? It's to retire, right? It's to get out of that 9-to-5 rut and to be able to do something that you actually love. Well, what if we transition that into retiring and doing sports betting? Does that sound like a dream job to you? Imagine waking up every day, instead of going to a job and clocking in of something that you really are not passionate about, and actually waking up and being able to research sports and watch games that you love, that you're passionate about. Imagine being able to do that. Doesn't that sound like a dream job? Well, listen, I'm gonna explain to you guys in this video exactly how you can actually do that. I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna jump over to the whiteboard, and I'm gonna explain to you guys how you can make this a reality in your life. So let's go ahead and talk a little bit about this now. First, this is going to be pretty much a complete guide for you guys to help you guys out, to show you guys how you can make this a reality in your life when you get to that level. So first off, what size bankroll do you need to make this happen? Because here's the thing, guys. You got a $1,000 bankroll, a $500 bankroll, you're not gonna retire from the 9-to-5 job. So what you need in order to make this a reality, you need a bankroll of about 25K to 50K, all right? That is where you're gonna set yourself up to where you can actually do this as a full-time job, or do this, as a retirement. I say retirement because when you're doing something you love, it's not considered a job, so it is basically like you are retired. But what unit size do you need also to correlate with that, all right? The unit size that you're gonna be looking at is 1 to 2% of whatever your bankroll is. So on the low side, it'd be a unit size of $250 a bet. On the high side, it would be 2% at 50K, which would be $1,000 a play. Now, here's the problem with that though. With $1,000 a play, you are now reaching a level to where sportsbooks can kind of get hip to you, and if you're consistently winning, they can limit you and put it down a little bit. That's why I always suggest that your highest unit size that you ever put at one sportsbook at a time is $500. That doesn't mean that you can't bet $1,000 a unit. You could bet $1,000 a unit, but at 2 different sportsbooks, bet $500 on each bet. That would be the way that you would do that. That's how you make your big unit size. You spread it out a little bit. Your first 2 steps, you have to define what size bankroll you need. You need a 25K to a 50K bankroll, and your unit size needs to be somewhere between $250 to $1,000. So now that we got our first 2 steps done, we know exactly what bankroll we need, we know exactly what unit size we need. Now we're gonna go ahead and discuss what your goal is going to be on a month-to-month basis, and how many sports books that you are going to need to be able to make this an actual reality. So let's go ahead and take a look at now what your unit goal needs to be per month. You want to be between 10 to 20 units per month is what you want to make to be able to do this at a full-time retirement type thing. Now, that depends, obviously the money you're going to make depends on your unit size and depends on your lifestyle. If you're able to, live off of $2,500 a month at winning 10 units, because this is going to fluctuate. Every month it's going to fluctuate, all right? And there's a couple months in the year where as a sports bettor and you do this full-time, that you're not going to reach either of these numbers because there's not much going on. So you have to be able to withstand that stuff as well. So your unit goal for per month is going to be between 10 to 20 units, all right? So on the low side, you're making $2,500 a month, and on the high side, you're making $10,000 a month. Somewhere in between that, you can find a middle, and if that fits your lifestyle and how much money you need to fit your lifestyle, that's considered a retirement, all right, guys? That's considered retirement. It means you're doing this full time. It means you're not doing anything else but researching sports and watching sports. Now, I do want to remind you guys, though, that just because I'm saying this and maybe it looks easy to you guys watching this, it's not as easy as it looks, all right? You still got to put in the work. You still got to be able to do the research. You still got to be able to put in that work to make this a reality, all right? It's not just sitting back and relaxing all day long. Now, how many sports books do you need to make this a reality as well? You need at least 3. I would say, personally, you need 5 to 10. If you have access to 5 to 10 sports books, then you have a wide range of different odds, and you have a wide range to split your bankroll up. Because what you want to do is when you have multiple sports books, you want to be able to split your bankroll up in between all these sports books, all right? Equal amount through all the sports books that you have. Whether it's 3, whether it's 10 sports books, split it up, all right? Because you never know which sports book is going to have the best odds, and you're going to want to put a play in there, all right? So that's definitely vital. And also that's vital for when, let's say your unit size, like we said, is $1,000, you want to be able to split that up between multiple sports books, because then you're not going to get red flagged, guys, for putting $1,000 bets in consistently and consistently winning at that, because you will. This will happen. If you were just stuck to one sports book, you are going to get red flagged for putting $1,000 bet in consecutively and consistently winning and winning and winning. That's what's going to happen. I can almost guarantee you guys that. Once again, your unit goal size, 10 to 20 units, fluctuating between $2,500 to $10,000 a month in profit. And how many sports books? At least 3. But personally, I would say 5 to 10. All right, guys, so now that we got your unit goal and we know how many sports books we need, now the next steps are your mentality, what you need to look at, how you're going to stay consistent and stay focused with that. All right, guys, so you do not want to worry about your winning percentage, all right? The reason for this is because you can pick a lot of underdogs and you can have a winning percentage of 47, 48%, and you're still making money because you're on underdogs. Or you can have where you're betting a lot of high favorites and you're hitting 80% and your unit gain is very, very small. So what you want to focus on is your unit gains. Don't worry about the percentage, more worry about your unit gains and what you're gonna get on a unit, how much of a gain you're gonna get. That's what we need to focus on. We don't need to worry about the winning percentage per se. The next thing is going to be bet straight bets only, all right? I shouldn't even have to put this in here, but I know I have to because it is a guide to help you guys. So you need straight bets only, all right? You need to stay away from the parlays, the round robins, the teasers, all this other stuff that they put out there for you. Those are all sucker bets. At doing this at a high level, you don't touch any of that stuff. You always stay straight betting. That's it. That's the way it goes. So make sure you stay to straight bets only. Now the final thing is your mentality. Your mentality, you need to stay disciplined, you need to stay consistent, all right? And that correlates with trusting the process. You have to trust the process and know there's gonna be slow months here and there. There's gonna be weeks where you lose. It's just gonna happen. Losing is inevitable. You are going to lose in sports betting. It is gonna happen. So your mentality, you have to master staying disciplined and staying consistent and realizing just see it through. You gotta be able to see it through and you gotta be able to trust the process. So let's go ahead and review. What size bankroll do we need? We need 25 to a 50K bankroll. The next thing up, your unit size is gonna go between $250 to $1,000 unit size. Now, what's our unit gain goal for the month is gonna be between 10 to 20 units. Now, how many sports books do we need? At least 3, if not 5 to 10. Now, once again, don't worry about the percentages because why? We're looking for those unit gains. That's what matters the most. And straight bets only, that's all we're doing. We're not doing parlays, round robins, teasers. We're not doing anything like that. We are just straight betting, all right? And last thing is the mentality. You gotta stay disciplined, stay focused, stay consistent, and trust the process. That is how you are able to get out of that 9-to-5 rut and you are able to do something that you are actually really passionate about. So if you guys like this video, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up. Also, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel and hit that bell for notifications. Now, if you're looking at anything to do with Linemaker Sports and are interested in us, make sure you guys go down in the description. Also, if you're looking for a sports book, that is in the description as well. As always, I'm Frank with Linemaker Sports. Make sure you guys go and check out these other videos as well before it's too late. Till then, I'll see you guys next time. I'm out.